Bus East. Read it.
Bill.
All right, they didn't advertise on the flyer, but tonight happens to be 5th grade love story night. So, heckle all you fucking want, but you're gonna hear another one. Dear Journal, I love the 5th grade. Love it. And the best part of being in Miss Williams' 5th grade class is that I get to sit next to Marissa Pazik. Now, in case you didn't know, Marissa Pazik is the hottest, most beautiful girl in Carter Rock Elementary. Her dad is the pitching coach for the White Sox, and every month he flies from DC to Chicago to help them practice. Sometimes he gives Marissa White Sox cards, and she gives them to me to keep. I don't like baseball, but I pretend to because I want her to like me. I keep the White Sox cards in my coat pocket all the time, and sometimes if I hold them really close and sniff them, I can smell her strawberry hand lotion. I'm pretty sure that me and Marissa are going to get married, Mr. Journal. She hasn't agreed to marry me yet, but I know it's going to happen, because the other day, she told me a secret. So, I like a boy in class, she said. She was smiling at me with her pretty buck teeth, and underneath all of that wavy blonde hair, her face was turning bright red. Is it him? I asked. I was pointing to Sean Cave in the front of the room. She shook her head. No. Is it him? Nuh-uh. Is it him? 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 I pointed to every single boy in the room, and she just kept shaking her head no. Finally, I realized I had no one else to point to. Unless there is a girl in our class who is really a boy, she had to be talking about me. Is it me? I asked her, pointing to myself. She just nodded her head, all nice and slow, and the way her eyes were narrowed, I felt like I was burning up. I wanted to kiss her right on the lips, but we were doing math problems, and there is no kissing allowed in math. I don't know why it is not allowed, but I think that we both would have gotten in big trouble. Now when I think about it, I bet it would have been worth it to slip her a quick wet one. I mean, I don't know when I'm going to get another chance. Maybe when I propose to her, I guess. Dear Journal, this is the worst Halloween ever. Remember how I told you about the girl I sit next to that I'm going to marry? Yeah, well, I'm not trying to back away from my commitments here, but it looks like things are taking a turn for the worse. Earlier tonight, I was out trick-or-treating, and who should I see but Marissa Pazik. She was dressed up like little bunny foo-foo with floppy ears and a cotton tail, and I think the whole outfit was really working for her, you know, with those two big buck teeth of hers. Anyway, I was about to say hi to her, but then I realized she was holding hands with Sean Cave. I knew she had the hots for that guy, and she lied to me and told me I was the only one. That bitch! Sean Cave moved here from Denver. He is a Colorado Rockies fan. He doesn't even like the White Sox. I mean, neither do I, but what the hell? Anyway, I tried to play it cool, so I was like, nice costume, Marissa. And then she looked at me all funny and said, what are you supposed to be? A vampire, no duh, I said. I guess Marissa Pazik did not realize that I was supposed to be a vampire because I was wearing a pointy witch hat. But Halloween only comes once a year, and it's hard for me to pick what I want to be, so I usually try and dress up like a bunch of different monsters at once. I had blood painted around my mouth, so I thought it should be pretty obvious, but she is a blonde, I guess. So, anyhow... yeah, whatever, you're going home with me. So anyhow, at this point, Sean Cave decides he wants to get a piece of me. Sean Cave is dressed up as a G.I. Joe, by the way, with green camouflage face paint and black charcoal crap smudged underneath of his eyes. Max, you don't look like a vampire, dude. You look really gay. I didn't say I was a normal kind of vampire, I tell him. I'm a vampire witch. Dude, there's no such thing as a vampire witch. Yeah, there is. No, there's not. Yeah, there is. No, there's not. I stared him dead in his lazy, stupid eyes. He took my fiancée, and I wanted to kick the plastic orange pumpkin pail full of candy out of his hand. All right, where do vampire witches live? He asked me. In Transylvania. Yeah, man, but this isn't Transylvania. We're in Carderock Springs. Sean, let's just get out of here, okay? Said Marissa. Max, go home and eat some candy. She had her arm draped around Sean, and that's what did it. I didn't even take my witch hat off. I just dropped my candy and started wailing on him with my fists. He went down, and I leaped on top of him, punching him until I had green face paint all over my knuckles. Marissa stood there screaming, and she just didn't stop. He tried to swat me with his hand, so I leaned him and bit him hard on the nose till he started to bleed. Then he did something I didn't expect. The G.I. Joe bastard grabbed the rim of my pointy witch hat and pulled it down over my face. Bringing me in close to him, he kneed me right in the balls. By the time I regained my breath, they were both backing away from me in fear. You fucking freak, Sean yelled. Only girls bite people. Don't forget vampire witches. Vampire witches bite people too. Then, before the new honeymooners could make their way all the way back down the block, I took the White Sox cards out of my pocket so Marissa could see. I tore them up, spit on them, and stomped them into the ground with my foot. I never liked baseball anyway, I called after her. This was sort of a lie, Mr. Journal. I'll like baseball if she does. Yeah, well, I never liked you either, you mean jerk. I don't think she meant it when she said that, Mr. Journal. I really hope she doesn't mean it. Thanks.